All right, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We've experienced the Battle of Kaer Morhen, and last episode we experienced the aftermath, the coping, the dealing with what happened in the Battle of Kaer Morhen. And Ciri in particular really needed a little bit of relief from all the pressure and all the stress that she's been under, being the carrier of the Elder Blood, the chosen one, and the target of the Wild Hunt's pursuits. Looks like we were able to do that, and while everybody was coping and dealing and mourning and everything like that, she hatched a plan to strike back at the Wild Hunt, specifically targeting Imlerith, who will be at Bald Mountain in Velen. So we've agreed to help her out, and let's see what happens.
After the Battle of Kaer Morhen, the defenders licked their wounds and mourned their losses, save Ciri, who began to plan her revenge. She woke Geralt one night and urged him to travel with her to Velen, to the top of Bald Mountain, where she knew she'd find Imlerith. She had decided he had to die.
The men at Crow's Perch, they spoke of this place. Ard Serbin, home of the Ladies of the Wood. The peasants feared coming here, and the Baron thought the Ladies of the Wood a terrifying tale for naughty children. Incidentally, I wonder how the Baron is.
He found his wife, took her away, somewhere far. Anna, she was unwell.
A true shame.
So I can say, let's go. You actually know Imlerith will be there. How and familiar with this place. Now, as we saw Bald Mountain in the approach as we were going along the water in the boat, I've been here. I came here way back when I was exploring Velen and found this to be an impenetrable area, somewhere I couldn't really get to because on like 3 sides or 2.5 sides, it was just basically unscalable cliff. On the other half side, it was lake, it was water, and unscalable cliff. And then on the last side, it was powerful enemies and locked doors. So I predicted way back then that we would come to this place much later in the game, and it looks like that's the case. So, obviously I'm going to choose the options which do not go towards the end of the conversation first.
We stand to find Imlerith here? You sure?
Avalok told me of beings who commune with the NL elves. They can be found in every part of our world. In Velen, the Crones do this. Apparently, Imlerith came here at Eredin's behest, to order the Crones to keep their eyes open and ears pricked, in case Avalok were to seek shelter in his Velen hideout.
Took the order literally, judging by all the ears hanging in the woods. Think Imlerith might still be here?
He craves the pleasures of the flesh, wine, sex. The Crones indulge him, flatter his ego. I'm certain he'd not let this opportunity pass, and will be on Bull Mountain for the Sabbath.
You actually know this area?
Centuries ago, it was a hallowed site for druids. But then the Crones arrived, destroyed the Velen Circle, and deformed the sacred oak atop the mountain. An important feast is observed here annually. The Sabbath, they call it. All the local folk attend. I suspect Imlerith attends too, as the Crone's guest.
Seem to know it well.
Havelok's a good tutor.
Let's get this done.
We must reach the peak. We'll find Imlerith there. The peasant folk of Velen call this night the Feast of Gifts. I've no idea why.
Yeah, I can't remember if I swam or took a boat over to these docks the first time. So, reminder for if you don't recall where we are. So, this is all Velen, and the Sacred Oak is this greenish thing on the map, which is always notable because we crossed this lake several times, and from most places in Velen, such as even from Downwarren and Crookback Bog, and from Fyke Isle, and all these places, you can see the oak on top of Bald Mountain in the distance almost all the time. So yeah, we tried to we came across these points of interest, and we tried to make our way to this point of interest, but we couldn't, because this is unscalable cliff, this is unscalable cliff, this is unscalable cliff, this is lake and unscalable cliff. And then we got to this entrance by following these paths, but it's locked and we couldn't get in. So current objective is to find a way to the mountain summit.
Avalach claims vanity is Imlerith's greatest weakness.
Vanity?
Any foe he faces, he strives to impress. The other one, Caranthir, is said to be secretive and pragmatic. Hardly surprising, given he was Avalach's student.
Loads of footprints. Crowd of peasants came through here.
I noticed it was giving me the examine action icon a lot, so I figured I'd kick in my Witcher senses, and sure enough, found a lot of red things. Now, when I mentioned high-level monsters, it's mostly wraiths, but they were much higher level than I could handle at the time, so I basically just kind of ran away from them.
Should I shoot?
Nay, the white one once served the ladies.
But he's announced.
Let them approach.
But
They've come for the feast. Wouldn't do to cast them out.
Didn't come to celebrate. We need to get to the top of the mountain.
The gate is shut. You'll not pass. But we've fires down that away, with food and drink aplenty. Sit down beside one, and perhaps this year the ladies will descend. Give us the privilege of seeing them.
We'll sit down by a fire, or time we were on our way.
We thank you for the invitation. Be glad to sit down, right?
Speak for yourself.
Come with me.
If I recall correctly, now granted, the way this game is built, a lot of the peasants use generic face designs, but he kind of strikes me as the Ealdorman of... oh shoot, I forget the name. The village that was just north of Crookback Bog. The one who gave his ear for the Crones' assistance, that we collected that payment for the Crones.
Mentioned a gate. Said we wouldn't pass.
Only the chosen visit the ladies. Every year, young lads and lasses climb the mount, but never more than 3.
Let me guess. The young lads and lasses don't return.
No, they return happy and radiant. But rare is the one who then stays in Velen. Off they go to seek fortune in the wider world.
Ladies of the Wood visit you?
If they favor us. My father told me they descended once, passed from fire to fire, listening to hopes and grievances. So each year, we wait for them to walk amongst us once more.
Haven't done it in a long time, then.
No point waiting to see if we'll get lucky.
Yeah, we gotta try to reach the peak.
We should go, or what's the feast celebrate? I feel like we should pry at this a little bit more.
This celebration, what's it about?
What do you need to know, Wanderer?
No need for anger. The White Ones serve the ladies as we do now. We send them gifts all year long, and on this night, they repay us with their blessing.
I met one of your gifts to the Crones. Snivelling, scared to death, and about 8 years old.
Stay calm.
Why do the ladies need your children? The lady's blessing, what's that about? Or changing topics?
Your children. Why do the ladies need them?
We know not and never ask.
You don't know? Then let me tell you.
Tell us instead what a peasant, his own young and starving, is to do with a wandering war orphan. You're not from here. Don't judge us by others' laws.
Well, we know what the Crones do with them. They eat them.
Said the ladies bestow blessings on you.
Aye, for our lives turn thus. First a summer of labouring neath the hot sun, then autumn rains, then a winter of death. Then we await spring, when all that is dead is born anew. And from our blood and sweat the oak bears acorns, at times few, at times a handful.
What do you do with the acorns?
The Velen elders gather, hold council. Some favour grinding them to spread on the fields for a rich harvest. Others want them given to a cunning woman who'd make medicine for consumption.
A handful of enchanted acorns is enough for all Velen.
'Tis never enough.
Heard enough about this. We've got other questions. We should be going.
Eager to see the ladies. I share your yearning.
We're afire with yearning. Come, Geralt. We must get there before daybreak.
Go to the tent and stand before Thecla. She's the one who decides who's worthy to face the ladies.
Oh, really?
That's it.
We can never know. We each one use that way to be. How we sure things that it's one true use.
There's a blacksmith here.
Yeah?
Need something crafted. Can you take a look?
I don't anticipate him... Yeah, he's an amateur blacksmith, so he's not going to be able to craft anything I actually want.
Let me see what you're offering.
Blacksmiths usually have a fair amount of coin. He's got a little bit, 680. And I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to sell, so...
So long.
My grandmother said they came down the mountain just before
Oh, ladies, merciful ladies. My grandson, give him health. He works his share of mischief, but he's a good lad. Give him health. I beg yous.
No wraiths around this time.
Look, a child.
No, a godling. I know him. Name's Johnny.
Well, old B, you're back. And I see you found your lass. I'm Johnny. We've had the pleasure already. A bit one-sided though it was. See, I saw you running. Your back to me. As I was having the pleasure of... Oh, 'tis a long story.
They call me Ciri. Nice to meet you.
How are things, Johnny?
Health's good, so no complaints. What brings you here?
What are you doing here? Last we met, you and the Crones weren't exactly friends.
I got an invitation I couldn't refuse, same as every year. In their peculiar way, the Crones tolerate my presence and wish to see me at their Sabbath. So I come, wander about, and go home with the rising sun. What about you?
We gotta climb the mountain. Can you help?
I'd rather try to dissuade you, but I'm certain that would be in vain. The lass, she as stubborn as you?
Even more so.
Figured as much. Path to the peak starts there, past the gate. But only old Thecla's got the key, so since you shan't ever get it, you best turn back now.
He said he wasn't going to try, but then he tries.
The key. Why do you doubt we can get it?
Good grief, you're worse than children. 3 souls are allowed atop the mountain, and only strapping young lads or comely lasses among them. They get the key, open the gate, and meet the ladies.
I believe I qualify.
But he's old and ugly. What good is he?
Pretty damn good at finding lost voices.
Then go find the voice of reason. It'll tell you to turn back. There's no fooling with the ladies.
We're here to find an elf named Imlerith. Ciri thinks he might be a guest of the Crones.
Big bloke, in full plate? Going the right way. He's atop the mountain, all right.
You've seen him?
Saw him in the bog first. Water froze beneath his horse's hooves. Then I saw him again yesterday, heading up this path. Why are you looking for him?
He killed my friend.
Wouldn't seek revenge if I were you. Even the ladies bow and scrape before that one.
Gotta get to the summit. Simple as that.
It's Thecla you'll need to convince. She's blind as your bum, but she won't be fooled.
We shan't try to trick her.
She sits in that tent over yonder. I wish you luck, and do hope we meet again, someday. Moons are rising, owls hoot, fires just a gleam. Hours late and slumber cozy, close your eyes and dream.
Yay, Johnny! No? This way, looks like.
It's not ready. You've got to wait.
It's giving a really weird path to this tent, but okay.
Dare speaking of our givers.
It's clearing up.
Who's that? Well, come on, come closer, girl. Aye. What's she like?
Narrow hips, sparkly eyes, a striking feisty lass.
Never had a man? Never mind. Got me answer. I choose you, girl. This night you shall see the ladies.
I'm going with her, or Ciri, what do you think?
Ciri?
Wonderful. Who wouldn't want to meet the ladies? My companion comes with me.
What else has the cat dragged in?
It's grey and veiny, got a scar, and eyes like a viper.
Aye. Stinks of clotted blood and corpses. Plus it's old and infertile. I reject ye, freak. The girl will ascend alone.
I'm going with her, that's that. Appearances can be deceiving, I'm worthy, or what's this about?
What's this about? What have you chosen her for?
Tell him.
Each year, 3 chosen have the honor to meet the ladies.
What happens after they've had this honor?
When they return, they speak of the past no more. Joy rules them and they start life anew. The lads were not the first to be chosen this day, but the moon hangs high, so she's like to be the last.
You misjudged me. I'm worthy as anyone.
Girl?
He's sprier than any youth. Only smells like corpses because he kills monsters. And he'll kill any who stand in his way.
Perhaps I was mistaken. Perhaps there's life in him yet. By ancient right you may appeal my choice, but to do so you must best the challenge.
What kind of challenge?
Tell him.
You must descend into the cave and bathe in the waters below the earth.
What's the catch?
The water's deep. The water's murky.
I accept the challenge.
Come. Look this over. A coin from days of yore. Falker burns on its reverse, so they call it the Defier's Oran. Now, bring me the coin.
Something tells me it's more than just deep and murky water. If Lynn's prophecy, we've read that. Alright. Like a drowner. It's only level 5 though. And even if it weren't, level like drowners don't stand up very well against the crossbow in water. Alright, so now that I've dealt with the drowners, I'm going to get some breath before I start diving into the cave, because I don't see any red things here. There it is. Give the coin to Thecla.
Great.
Oh, we got a fiend. Haha. Ah, damn it. I should have known better than to stand in front of it while it charged up its third eye thing. Lesser green mutagen, monster hair, fiend mutagen, fiend's eye, raw meat. Alright. I heard what sounded like a devourer, but don't see any enemy markers or anything like that, so...
I was beginning to worry. Come, let's get the key. Geralt?
Something's afoot. Something's nigh. They're back. What do you want?
Can't help but be curious. What's at the summit?
Tell him.
The ladies dwell there, but only the chosen may look upon them.
I know that. I want.
You'll learn nothing else here.
Got that coin you tossed in the lake.
It reeks of sludge.
Nothing I can do about that. So, gonna keep your word?
I always do, my boy. Show the coin to the gatekeeper past the threshold. He'll know its meaning. Marika will open the gate for you. Now go!
That went smoothly.
Weren't the one to do the diving in that cave.
Stop one. You're a witcher. You've dived in murkier waters.
Yeah, have to tell you about the time I hunted a Zugel.
I'm going to meditate a little bit, because something tells me once I enter the cave, it's going to just be... nasty. I cannot do that now.
The last of the chosen will now ascend the mount to the peak to meet the ladies. Let the festivities begin, and let them last till the crack of dawn. Something's afoot. Something's nigh.
My health has been recovered anyway, so...
If only they'd come down to us this year. That's it.
They're not come this year. My word, fun. Something's afoot. Something's nigh.
Everybody seems to think that something's afoot and something's nigh.
Eh?
And it looks like she's just leaving. Not even saying a word. How long before things get real interesting? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call an end to the episode here. I know this probably makes the episode a little bit on the shorter side, but I have a funny feeling that if I don't, it's going to be really long. So, you know the drill. Click over there. Join me next time as we meet the Crones and see what happens, and hopefully take down Imlerith as well. See you then.